All right, so for notes 2-4, we are looking at translating and solving equations. One thing I do want to make sure you are aware of is in your folder, it should be in the middle somewhere in your folder, but this paper of words into math is what's really going to help you be successful for this. So it shows you the different words that you see and what you really can substitute them with. So like if you see the words increased by, it means do a plus sign. Decreased by is subtraction. Of means multiplication. Quotient is division. Is means equals, or any of those words below can be equals. And then the turnaround or flip words are words that if you see them, you switch the order of the words. Whatever comes in front of the word, you put behind the symbol. Whatever is in front of the word or behind the word goes in front. And then parentheses words. So as we are translating these, you're going to see some of these words. And if you're really confused on how on earth I knew what to do, that paper will help you. So up at the top for our notes, we are asked to do some matching. So they talk about 7 less than a number. Remember the words less than are turnaround words. So whatever is in front will go to the back. Whatever is in the back will go to the front. The word less means subtract. So that would match with answer choice D. For the next one, we have a number decreased by 11. We don't know what that number is, so we're going to use an N as a placeholder. The word decreased by means subtract, and then 11. So that would be answer choice E. 70% of a number. So the first thing we have to do is turn 70% into a decimal. So there is no decimal on the percent, so we assume that it's at the back. From here, Beyonce actually tells us to convert percents to the decimals. We move them to the left, to the left. So 70% is actually the decimal 0.70 or 0.7. The word of means multiply, so we're going to multiply it by an unknown number. So that is answer choice H. The next one, we have 10 times the difference of a number and 7. So 10 times would be 10 being multiplied. Then they want us to do the difference of a number and 7. So we're actually going to use some parentheses on that page. This is the parentheses words. So a number and 7. And then difference is that subtraction there. So that would be answer choice G. 7 more than twice a number. The word more than is a turnaround word. So 7 is going to go in the back. Twice a number is going to go in the front. More means add. So that's answer choice A. 7 plus the quotient. Quotient means divide. So we are dividing a number and 8. So that would be answer choice C. 4 times the sum of. So they want you to do 4 times 2 things that you're about to add. So we're going to use some parentheses. Sum means plus, and we have a number and 7 being added. So that would be B. Then the last one we can obviously assume is going to be F, but we have a number being decreased by, so we're subtracting 7%. So we take the 7 and we Beyonce it to the left, so 0.07 of, meaning multiply, that number. So the next 2 examples, they are asking us to write but not solve. So we're just writing the equations. So the first thing I'm going to do is take it one sentence at a time because a lot of us don't like word problems, so let's break it down and make it easier. The length of a building is 2 times the sum of the width and 4. So I'm going to put all of that into one equation. The length is means equals 2 times the sum of. So they want us to do 2 times 2 things that we're about to add. And we're going to sum the width and 4. So I've taken my first sentence and I have written my first equation. And if you notice, that matches pretty well with what is written. But I still have 2 variables. If I had to solve, I wouldn't know if I was solving for W or for L. So let's keep reading. The length is 28. So what that means is instead of the letter L, I can put 28. So my real equation is going to be 28 equals 2 times W plus 4. On all of these problems today, you should only end up with 1 variable in the equation, only 1 in your equation. Number 2, an integer is means equals, and again, I'm taking that first sentence and writing it out, 9 times the difference of, so we're about to subtract two things, twice a rational. Twice a rational would be 2 times the rational, and then the other difference is 3. So I have my first sentence there. Then they tell me the integer is negative 35. So instead of the letter I, I'm going to replace it with what I equals. And we're good on that problem. So if we flip to the back with these, they want us to write the equation and solve. So we're going to write it and use Don't Call Me After Midnight to solve. So if 6 is added to 4 times a number, the result is, remember, is means equals 50. Find the number. So usually what they're asking you to find is going to be your variable. So let's see. 6 added to, so plus sign, 4 times a number. Remember, we don't know what that number is, so we're going to use the letter N. And the result is 50. From here, we use Don't Call Me After Midnight to solve. So no distributing, no combining like terms. We only have n's on one side. So we move 6 to the other side, and we have 4n equals 44. And then we finish by dividing everything by 4. So n really equals 11. Then, number 4, Karen's mom runs a dairy farm. Last year, Daisy the cow gave 375, less than twice Bessie. Daisy produced 1467. How many was Bessie? So let's put one sentence in my equation first. Daisy, we don't know how much she is yet, gave or equals 375 less than. Less than is a turnaround word, so we would put a subtraction sign for less. And then because 375 was in front of the word, it's going to go behind. Twice Bessie is what follows the less than, so we're going to replace twice Bessie with the front. Then they tell us Daisy is 1467. So instead of the letter D, I'm going to write what D equals. And now I can use my Don't Call Me After Midnight to solve for B. So no parentheses, no repeated letters, only letters on one side. So I add 375 to both sides. And then I finish by dividing everything by 2. So Bessie is 921. So the last thing we're going to do on the notes is summarize our learning. So we have this problem here that Josiah read and then wrote an equation. So we're going to read through it and see if we agree. So our problem is Miss Biggs is buying popcorn and candy for her students. She can buy a big box of popcorn at Sam's for $3, and the candy bars are $1.50 each. She only has $75 to spend and can't buy more than what she has. Write an equation to correspond. So this is the equation shown, 3s plus 1.5c equals 75. Now, if you remember earlier in this video, I said we can't have two variables in an equation because what I solve for s, what I solve for t, we don't know. So I need to figure out a way to get rid of one of these variables. Now, 3 is right here. It says she is buying a big box of popcorn. Well, how many is A? Usually it just means 1. If your parents say, I'm going to give you a spanking, that would be 1, hopefully, right? If I said I'm going to give you a piece of candy, you're only expecting 1. So instead of 3s, he really just needed a 3 to go along with this. So I would disagree, and you could say because there's 2 variables, because s should equal 1, because the s variable was not needed, anything like that.